station. And don't forget, you can watch us too. We are on your computer, your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalk TV. If you've been watching American Idol, or maybe you've been just joining us on Mondays here on Good Things. Nope, it's Friday, but still for our good headlines. You know, we have been following Jamal Roberts. He's now the top 7 in American Idol contest this coming up season. And our news director, JT Mitchell, got the opportunity to actually interview him today because we have been trying, JT, you and I both, to get him on since the start, because you have been a fan since the moment he got his golden ticket. And finally, it worked out till we could actually talk to Jamal himself. Sadly, his schedule wouldn't allow a live interview, so next best, you got to do it earlier today.
Hey, and I'm glad I got to do it. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed my conversation with Jamal. And if you did not like him beforehand...
How could you not, though?
How could you not? But
just the clips, yeah.
Just the clips, and he seems so candid. But if you did not like him beforehand, listening to parts of this interview will make you like him even more. I mean, he was incredible, and he's an incredible musician. And so it's good to be with you on a Friday instead of a Monday.
We still good news on Friday. Hey, we have good headlines on Friday, and we get to start the week with good headlines, so we get to wrap up the week with a good headline, which I think is that a Mississippian made it to the top 7. So when you talk to Jamal, where is he right now? Kind of what's going on in his world?
Yeah, so he's gearing up for what will be double Disney night. That's this Sunday and Monday. It's going to be at Disneyland over in California. And guys, you know, I can't stress this enough. If you haven't watched American Idol yet, I don't even care if you watch it. Just download the app and vote for him. Vote via text message or the website, and you can have up to 30 votes per person. At this point in the competition, I mean, millions and millions of votes are coming in.
It's crazy.
Last episode, they got 19 million in a 2-hour span.
Wow.
And so
somebody's watching.
Somebody's watching and somebody's going home. Yeah. And we need to do what we can to ensure that Jamal will not be going home. So Sunday, they're going to announce the top 5. Monday, the top 3. And then next Sunday, hopefully, we hear the final name called being Jamal. But about our conversation, you know, I've watched all the episodes, but I went back and I watched his audition. And he was dressed, you know, like you and me. And
normal.
Then normal, because he just, you know, went to New Orleans or Nashville or wherever to have his audition and to see how different, you know, because they put money into making these kids stars.
Right.
To see how
they get wardrobes and hair and all that once they get past a certain point.
Right.
Because, you know, he didn't have that in his closet coming from Meridian, Mississippi. You know.
Yeah.
Or the rest of them, too, not just
And
him.
I wouldn't either.
No.
And I think it's like maybe $450 an episode that gets to go to wardrobe. But like
insane.
That combined with his growth in vocals, his stage presence, that was really my first question was, you know, how much have you personally seen, because we've been watching, but how much have you personally witnessed yourself grow from the audition to now being in the top 7?
And Rhino's got that clip.
I think Luke Bryan said it last week that it seems like you're learning to connect the head to the heart to the vocals. But would you say that's true, that you've grown the last few months as an artist?
Oh, yeah, man, I have grown these past months faster than I've grown in the years, which I've been growing tremendously throughout the years. I've been growing. I used to be one of those singers, man, that would just sing, stand still, and I would have my eyes closed the whole time. I just didn't want to look out there. And sometimes I would have my eyes closed so long and be into the song. When I open my eyes, I'll be turned the whole completely direction than when I first started. So it's been amazing for me to watch the growth within myself, to see how now I'm able to engage with the audience and just, you know, not more put on a show, but, you know, doing the song justice, really.
I mean, that's a big leap, going from performing with your eyes closed to now. I mean, are you nervous when you get out there in front of all the Idol fans and the judges?
I am extremely nervous every time I hit the stage, but in that moment, I always get a couple of seconds before it's time to sing. In those seconds, I'm using straight for prayer. I mean, it's just a prayer moment for me. It's, God, I know this is a competition, but if you can just, you know, use me and, you know, let people see you in me, I said, and everything else will be fine. So that's my prayer every time I get on the stage.
What good answers, but also real and down to earth. If you're just tuning into Good Things, that was our news director, JT Mitchell. He's with us here, but he just got to interview Jamal Roberts, who's on American Idol. I feel that with the eyes closed.
Yes.
It's because if you've ever really gotten in front of someone, and me not singing, but even just talking or whatnot, it's so easy to do, and then you don't realize you're doing it. So it's a really big step for him to recognize those small changes.
Oh, and I told him I'd be freaking out.
Yeah.
You know, most of the time right now we are on TV. I'm going to try not to remember that. But most of the time I'm not on TV. I'm simply behind a microphone in my own studio, and nobody has to watch me record my newscast. This 27-year-old is going out and not only performing in front of a filled arena, 3 celebrities, but also millions of viewers. And just to go from having your eyes closed.
Right now it's live. They've moved to live, right? So if you mess up, it's it's like, oh, we can't rewind it. It's that's it. That's what you were doing.
That's so crazy. Him and I were reflecting on him having his eyes closed before this American Idol journey because he was nervous on stage to now. He's running around with the microphone stand in hand. He's high-fiving the fans. Him and Lionel Richie are hugging while performing. I mean, his stage presence, just the strides he's made has been incredible to watch. So we talked about his growth, but as everyone probably knows by now, Jamal was born and raised in Meridian, and he loves Meridian just as much as Meridian loves him. He works as an elementary school PE teacher, and I told him, I said, I don't think you'll have to work as an elementary school PE teacher for another day in your life unless you want to. But we just got on this tangent of what Meridian means to him. And I believe it was last week I was reading an interview that somebody else did with him. And this person had probably never been to Meridian, Mississippi. They're like, why do you like it? He said, number 1, I hate traffic. I don't got traffic in Meridian. Number 2, I don't like waiting for my food. I don't got to wait 3 hours to get a table in Meridian, Mississippi. Loved those answers. But I wanted to take it just a bit deeper on what Meridian means to him and why it holds such a special place in his heart.
Growing up in Meridian, the people that's there, I still know them. I'm able to walk outside and, speak and just congregate with people that I've been knowing for years. There's no fame. There's no, this is just Jamal. And, I love being authentic self. I don't have to change or try to be somebody that I'm not. They just accept me for who I am.
Love that. I mean, Mississippi, if you are a Mississippian and you go big, people are going to support you more than anybody else in the nation. But when you come home, you are still Rebecca Turner or still JT Mitchell or Jamal Roberts. For the most part,
it seems like you get to be that way in your own hometown. People, obviously are excited for you when you make it big, but it feels like Mississippi also holds that space for you to your hometown to be your safe space.
Absolutely. And so that just made my heart warm because he is going to be big. He is top 7 of American Idol right now, but watch my word, Jamal Roberts is going to be a star more so on the national scene, and he plans to stay in Meridian, and I love that.
Well, he's got 3 kids now, right? He just had a baby, right?
That is a great segue. I don't know if you watched last week, because him and I, we did talk about his family, throughout the season. When he got the golden ticket during auditions, you saw his 2 little girls, Harmony and Lyric. They ran on stage. They were jumping with joy, holding the golden ticket. And they've made a few cameos here and there throughout the season. Last week, the producers played a game of 2 truths and 1 lie with each contestant. That is a dangerous game. And when Jamal came on, he gave them 3 options. Number 1, he's a master with the flute. Number 2, he's a subaquatic swimmer, which means he can swim underwater but can't freestyle on top of the water. And number 3, he had a newborn child born that day. It's like, no, wait, it's that.
Oh, but is it? What a perfect timing, JT. All right, stick with us. We got more with JT Mitchell and his interview with Jamal Roberts of American Idol I'm also streaming from that SuperTalk Mississippi app in your local SuperTalk Mississippi radio station. You can watch us too. We are on your computer, your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalk TV. And don't forget to our SuperTalk Mississippi news team. They are always covering your Mississippi stories. We want you to stay up to date. Their free weekly newsletter heads out on today. That's Friday. You can sign up at supertalk.fm/newsletter. We got JT Mitchell, the news director, in the house. Has the newsletter gone out yet?
It has.
Oh, well.
But still go sign up.
Still go
because
say, yeah.
You can live under a rock all week long. Don't open a single news website, social media,
Challenge
whatever.
accepted.
Right. And then if you want to know what's going on, we just put it all in one email and send it out on Fridays, typically right before lunch. Mm-hmm. That way you can, get your news real quick and then get on with your life and your weekend.
I got it.
So please sign up for that.
Yeah, but we're continuing our conversation that you got to have an interview with Jamal Roberts. He's made it to the top 7 American Idol, Meridian native, and I feel like everyone's fallen in love with him, not just Mississippians, but the nation. And his schedule didn't work out, so you got to the opportunity to talk to him, I'll say in person, but via phone. It's cool to hear his voice, right? Like we get to see the interviews on TV and hear him sing, but then it's nice to hear him just have a talk with another Mississippian that kind of gets it. And you can hear so far he hasn't lost his Mississippi charm or his love of just sort of being authentic and being from Mississippi.
Not at all. He loves this place. He loves the support he's getting from this place. Mm-hmm. And with that support system includes his family because they're still in Meridian. And we talked a lot about his family. When he first started the show, he had 2 daughters, mm-hmm. Harmony and Lyric. What great names for an aspiring artist, by the way. And then last week, as we teased before the break, it was a crazy reveal during the episode where they played 2 truths and a lie. And the one truth was that he had another child born that same day. And so I asked him really just, what does your family mean to you and how have they supported you? Because he had to leave, right? He's been doing this journey now for almost half a year where he hasn't been able to be there every single day. So we talked a little bit about that, and he just loves his family.
My girls, I talk to them every day. I love them. And I just added a new addition, so I have 3 girls.
I know you did, and I'm sorry to interrupt, Jamal, but when you did the 2 truths and a lie last episode, my jaw about hit the floor. That was not my guess, but congratulations on the new baby.
Thank you. But my daughters are my biggest motivation. I don't know. I guess being a girl dad really brings out, your sensitive side and your emotional. Like I'm emotional now from all the time, more than I ever have been in my life. But my family plays a big part in my life. They know how stressful this can be, and they're not just, blowing up my phone, calling me, because they know I'm working on music throughout the day, throughout the night when I can't sleep, tossing and turning, early mornings in the gym, studying music. I mean, it's just, while I'm here, American Idol has been amazing, but I'm strictly focused on the music, trying to make sure that I'm doing all that I can do to get to the next round and, just doing my best just in life in general. I always tell my kids that Chris would, I don't care what it is, just do your best. And if you feel like it was your best, I said, that's good enough for me. So that's all I'm doing here. But I thank my family, they're always here for me. They're one phone call away. And the thing with me is I have family now that's not even blood related that means so much to me. And, you don't get that often. You don't get the non-blood relatives. These people have came into my life, have sold and have prayed and have spoken to me, and it's just been amazing. It's an amazing thing to see. It's an amazing thing to watch.
It's amazing too that it didn't get leaked, that he had another baby on the way.
How wild!
Like there wasn't a headline that came out that because somebody had to know.
Somebody. And I think that he, did some stuff behind the scenes to ensure it would not get leaked.
So,
because during the episode, they're like, and you're just now telling us? He's, I've been trying to stay quiet because I did not want it to take away from not only them, but from this American Idol journey.
Yeah.
But he did tell us, and he's so happy. Gianna is her name.
I like it.
They moved away from the music theme, but that's okay. He's got 3 daughters who he loves so much. And you could tell in his voice that, yes, he's doing this to chase a dream, but also to provide for them.
Mm-hmm. And it's too, there's, like you mentioned, the last 6 months, they've been in such a vacuum, right? Like it's going to be interesting whenever he's able to really share this journey with them in a different way. Because right now, they're kind of like on, Misfit Island. I don't know if Misfit's the right word, but they're just, on their little American Idol bubble. And then once it's all over, whatever happens, he'll get to sort of welcome them into it a little bit more. Because he'll definitely look like something for him.
And his children are young. Of course, there's the newborn. But the other ones are 7 and 5. And so, yes, they're there to see it and to watch it. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be so fun when they can replay season 23 of American Idol a few years from now, where everybody's a little bit older, they can understand a little more. And
you know what? I just did math. Math is hard. How old is Jamal?
Jamal is 27.
27. Okay. Well, he's about his daughter's age when American Idol started. His oldest.
That is absolutely correct. And so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I assume that because I'm going by seasons. They only do one season a year, right? Or do they do two?
They are. I think you're correct because it started in 2002. Right?
Well, that just made me feel old. Thanks.
They did take a short hiatus because they went from they serioused up a bit. They lost some ratings and they said, look, we need to actually start trying to make people stars. We need to not necessarily judge them. We'll still judge them, of course, but we need to start judging them.
Investing a little bit more.
Investing in them, whether it's the wardrobe we talked about, vocal coaches. And you got to think about it, Rebecca. You have 3 of the world's biggest stars, Luke Bryan, Carrie Underwood, and Lionel Richie, in front of you day in and day out.
I wish you would have asked if he gets to keep the clothes.
I wanted to get there. They cut me off, but I did ask. I tried to get him in trouble a little bit, but he didn't take the bait. I tried to ask him which judge was his favorite because
they won't let you have that opinion.
Yeah,
everybody has a favorite kid, so come on, you have a favorite judge.
Yeah, favorite kid rankings, favorite judge rankings, but because he has sang an Underwood song. Luke Bryan, every single episode is just in awe of him. And then Lionel Richie, when Jamal Roberts sings, there's tears coming down Lionel Richie's eyes. I love his church references. He says that Jamal's got the Holy Spirit, he's anointed, and he's one of the best singers he's ever had the pleasure of being in front of. And so I asked him the judge's question, and here's his answer.
All 3 of these judges are amazing. They give me critiques, which I like, which down through the years I've been able to take constructive criticism and use them, for my advantage. So anything they tell me, which is now just owning the stage, really, that's all I need to do. But everything they told me in the past with connecting and all that, I'm taking it to heart and I'm using that. And every performance I get, I'm going to use what they said. So when it's time for them to debrief and talk about Jamal, there's nothing to say because I'm doing exactly what they said do.
Nothing left to say.
Nothing left to say. Well, there's a lot left to sing, or not really, because you've only got, 2 more Sundays, 3 more Sundays?
You have 3 episodes, this Sunday and this Monday. And if you want to keep seeing Jamal, you got to vote during those episodes.
So the voting's during the episodes.
We're at that point in the season. So Sunday, you will have the top 5 revealed. Monday, you will have the top 3 revealed. Both episodes air at 7 p.m. on ABC. And then a week from this Sunday, so that would be May 18th, will be the 3-hour season finale. And fingers crossed, got to cross them right now. Hopefully,
will
the last name
will be
Jamal.
Will he for sure be in all 3 episodes, or
No,
somebody else going home?
That's why we got to get all your listeners to support.
Yeah, okay.
It's going to be live voting, and like I said, I want you to watch, but I don't care if you watch. Just take one step and download the app and vote Sunday night, anytime between 7 and 9.
And our last Mississippi Idol winner was?
It was Trent Harmon from Amory in 2016.
Gotcha. So that's a good almost 10 or 9 years ago.
You see, I have all this idol knowledge just in the back of the head.
How old were you when this started, JT?
Oh, I was really young. I did not consciously watch the first season of Idol. How about that?
I bet not. I was graduating high school. How about you, Rhino? You're right there, behind me.
I was in high school when it started, and I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to it until William Hung came along with She Bang, which I think is what you were alluding to, where they had to kind of get serious, because there for a while they went off into the weeds with, hey, we got these goofy people showing up and making a fool of themselves. Let's make them celebrities.
Which America's Got Talent still kind of does there in the beginning, because Simon Cowell's a part of that. the one bad. No, I say badge is not the right word. American Idol. I guess what do you call it? Where they? It's the one who's the guy who's saying "Let my people go." The deep, let my people. I mean, and he just meant it. It's the one thing. Audition was the word I was looking for. It's stuck in my head all these times. But Jamal obviously made it to the next rounds. Gosh, what a great interview. I know you'll have a full write-up on supertalk.fm. You'll put it in the lifestyle button. I know you will, JT. I appreciate you taking the hit for that and sharing it with us. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Rebecca.
All right, stick with us. We got more for you coming up next.